Thank you. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. TGIF, am I right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let me tweet out that we're live. We are live. Hi. All right. What up, my reptilians? What up, my Anunnakis? What up, my Greys? What up, my Norwegians?
The Nords.
The Nords. I'm only talking to
Did I lose you or just stop talking?
I just stopped talking.
Bachelor 3000, $1.99. Happy Friday, my mustard seeds.
Happy Friday, my mustard seeds.
What a sweetheart. Thanks for tuning in.
Everyone looks so bonita this morning.
I am bonita. Yesterday I looked really bonita.
Yeah.
La Isla Bonita. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Now we're good. Let's let me see Twitter here. We have some news to talk about for the show, the future of the show. Some major stuff happening.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Union address.
All right.
The Mat Men. We have the best Mat Men.
The best Gonzo.
We have the best Habibis.
We do have the best Habibis.
All right. I am good to start. How about you, Rich?
I'm good, man.
All right.
I got my notes. There's a blank.
What are you, like a journalist? You're writing everything down?
You know, so it's funny that you said that. This year, I want to try to get press passes for the Queen show, the Arthur Ashe show.
Yeah.
But I want to go dressed as Clark Kent with like the little gray suit, little hat with the little
yeah,
thing
that'd
in
be
it,
great. Yeah, I'm into that. I'm into that.
and sit in the press area, which is nice.
All right. I'm gonna start recording. We good?
Sure. Yep.
All right.
I'm good when you're good.
All right. I got the whole crew here. Look at all these sweet babies. Oh, look at a puppy.
Oh yeah, she back there too.
I thought that's what you called MG for a
That
second.
is what I call MG. Look at the puppy. All right. Well, begin. Bro, you blocked me on Twitter. I want to know why. I don't know who you are. How could I block you if I don't know who you are?
Sorry, dude.
What's your Twitter? Who blocked you?
I don't think he wanted to be laughed at first thing in the morning.
Look at this. There's an account that says, "We love AZ. We love you, Andrew. Kisses, everybody."
Oh, look at that. Oh, man. I wonder if that's Rastazarian. What happened to Rastazarian? He got like muted or deleted or something.
He might have gotten deleted and
Got
muted.
canceled.
That sucks, man. That was a great account. And it was neither one of us.
All right.
All right.
I also have the Twitch up, so the
Cool.
GFQ Twitch.
I barely block people. You got to see some crazy stuff for me to block you.
Yeah, no, I'll
Isn't
mute
that
before I
wild?
block.
I'll just let it ride usually.
Yeah, like aliens aren't real. That'll
Yeah.
get
You
blocked.
tell me
Do
aliens
something
aren't
like that.
real, you're getting a block.
Did you see the future expose that's happening?
Which expose?
Apparently, there was a dude who was pretty high up who was like, "Yeah, we have."
Yeah,
derelict
you know, I got to tell you,
vehicles."
man. You got to listen to that guy talk. He on paper it looks great, and then he starts talking. I'm like, oh yeah, he could be a wacky.
All
He
right.
could be an out of it. It's fine.
Logan Paul says he has evidence.
Logan Paul saw that video.
Logan Paul has the video. He said
Yeah.
he's gonna release it.
Yeah, he recorded it off the screen of the guy that has that video. So interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, Andrew, did you lock
Yeah.
your door?
Did I lock
For
my
your-
door? Yes, my dog is not going to interfere in the show this week.
We have a new wrinkle to those shows now.
Yeah, the dog knows
Andrew's
how to
dog
open the
can
door.
open the door.
Remember,
It's
All
more
right.
to be your kid.
Much love to Matt Men crew. Big ups.
Big ups. Blah,
Bow,
blah.
bow, bow. All right, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
We'll begin in 3, 2, and 1. Hey, everybody, welcome to Matt Men, your source for all things professional wrestling. I'm Andrew Zarian. I'm joined by the Queen of the Caribbean, Rich Stambolian.
That's me, baby.
You're a
I'm the
Caribbean queen.
I am the Caribbean queen. That song was written about me.
That song-
Secrets out. Secrets out. Just like last week, we talked about how Andrew influenced all of 90s hip hop.
I did.
I was the basis for Caribbean Queen.
I was the Mob Deep. I don't know if people know this. I want there to be... Is AI technology at the point where I could just plug it in? Like, oh, you know that video, that song, Caribbean Queen? I want that song done, but with Rich in the music video being the Caribbean Queen.
That you could do that. There was a Little John Frank Sinatra AI.
I saw that where Frank Sinatra's singing Little John songs. Fantastic.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Very into it. Guys, we're no longer on Observer with that segue.
Sorry.
Yeah, Dave kicked us off. He said our muscles are too puny. And he said, get
It
the hell
was
out of
true.
here.
He did a real Hans and Franz on us.
He did a real Hans and Franz on us. No, I think people were asking if the show's behind a paywall. So Observer went full paywall with their content the last week. And Rich and I were talking. We didn't know what to do. And I thought the best thing to do is take the show independent again and not be behind a paywall.
Yeah,
That's that.
that's that. I mean,
that.
listen,
No, there's no
there's
beef.
The ride.
No beef
It's not
at
like
all.
You guys are gonna leave us. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still doing with Live Pal. I'm still doing Observer Live. Just Matt Man is back to being exclusively independent. And I'm working on something very cool.
There we go.
Yeah. So guys, hit us
Gonna
with
be
the
fun.
super chat. All right. Let's
Yeah,
get
we
into
really need
some. Yeah, we really need it now. Now we need it.
Dave was paying our mortgages.
Yeah, I don't think people know that.
No, he wasn't.
Personally, he was paying. He was writing checks like an old-timey man with a quill pen.
We were like, just use Venmo, and he was like, "What's that?"
Yeah, and he's like, "How much is a mortgage these days? $30?" Let's go into the news, Rich.
Do it, baby. All right. Let's get the sad stuff out of the way. R.I.P. WWE Hall of Famer, the Iron Sheik, who passed away this week at 81. Rip to the legend.
Khosrow Vazari, 81 disputed. It's disputed that he's 81. We don't know. 81 on the younger side. I believe he's more like 83. He had a very interesting career. Came to this country, fantastic Olympic level wrestler. Escaped Iran. Left before the revolution. Could never go back because of the revolution over there, much like many Iranians that fled in the late 70s. Had a fascinating character. He really was a middle-of-the-road guy until they decided to shave his head and make him into a heel and make him into the Sheik. And the guy had one of the most cartoonish characters of all time, one of the most memorable characters of all time. He ended Bob Backlund's 1470. Wow. 1,470-day reign as WWF champion at MSG. December 26, 1983. He held it for only 28 days, but let me tell you, the most historic title win in that company's history. No question about it. Began the boom. Lost to Hogan on January 23rd, 84, kickstarting Hulkamania and the big 80s boom. Sheik and Nikolai defeated Mike Rotunda and Barry Windham for the WWF Tag Team Championship following that year. He also won the Gimmick Battle Royal in WrestleMania 17 because he couldn't take a bump. But to an entire generation, he is mostly known for his insane shoot interviews and appearances on the Howard Stern Show.
So good.
fascinating guy. My grandfather knew him when he was young. He was like an apprentice to Takhti. Takhti was Iran's greatest wrestler. He was an icon in Iran. And my grandfather, being a bodybuilder, they were workout buddies. And the Sheik would hang around, and he was mentored by him. The Sheik was part of the Queen Farah's royal guard in Iran. Fascinating life. Very sad. Not the happiest of lives. You know, ups and downs, and the downs are really terrible. He lost his daughter. His daughter was murdered years ago, and it continued to spiral. In the last couple of years, you had the and then he had his documentary, and his life kind of changed after that. But what a fascinating character, huh?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The Iron Sheik. Here it is. Here's
always
my
one of my favorites.
Here's my Sheik.
When we were kids. Ah, yeah, that's right.
He was a
Sheik
baby
right
face
there.
in my house. I don't know what everybody's talking about.
My house too.
Total baby face. He was, listen to me, he was representation for some people, to see an Iranian on TV screaming in Farsi,
Oh yeah.
and he was not an Ayatollah sympathizer by any means. This man loved America. He loved being in this country. And a great story about, he came to this country and he became, he lived the American dream for as long as he did until it became a nightmare for him. But just an amazing story as far as, his life and the ups and downs and the character. Wild stuff, but passed away, 81 years old. So
R.I.P.
R.I.P. to the Iron Sheik. Fascinating. Tony Khan announced the main event for the first Collision show. Now, I told you, Rich. I didn't tell anybody else, but I told you. And you said, holy moly, what a main event.
Yes.
Bullet Club Gold and Samoa Joe facing off against CM Punk and FTR for Punk's first match back. This is the first main event for Collision. Big main event.
Very smart main event too, because I think the fans wanted to see FTR. FTR will help put Punk over. I feel like there's probably fears of maybe like a crowd reaction. We saw that mixed reaction a couple of weeks ago on Dynamite. So super smart booking move. Great opponents also. Does Samoa Joe join Bullet Club at the end of this?
Oh, dude, that'd be great. Well, it looks like the program is going to be Joe and Punk. That's the program going forward. But you also set up something really cool, and that's the potential for Punk to face against Juice, which that's a wacky match I never thought I'd see.
Exactly.
Jay White and CM Punk. I want to see that.
Jay White and Punk, fantastic. Yep.
I think this is going to be a positive. I'm hoping that this is a positive more than anything else. But, this also leads to who does he face against at Forbidden Door, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. WWE and Twitch announced a multi-year partnership. This includes official WWE Twitch channel, Wrestlers channel, and a sidecast of Monday Night Raw, which starts next week. All right, so they're building synergy with Twitch.
Cool.
Per Dave Meltzer, our former boss, Cody versus Brock Lesnar 3 is scheduled for SummerSlam. There also seems to be some sort of stipulation that we haven't seen. A lot of speculation. It's a bull rope match.
That's going to be fun.
I don't like those gimmicks. I don't like a bull rope match. I'm not crazy about it.
I do think I like those types of matches, but I think they have to be like hard hitting and a little bloody. And I think they'll let these guys bleed a little bit.
They did already, so
Yeah.
might as well. All right, we'll see. SummerSlam. So Cody is not winning Money in the Bank. Or maybe he is. I don't know.
Who knows?
Last Friday, SmackDown drew the best rating so far this year, 2.563 million with a 0.73. It was up 18.8%, almost 19% from last week. The episode featured the reveal of the new Universal title, which is all gold, Roman Reigns' 1,000-day celebration, and Jimmy Uso getting booted from the Bloodline. Also, Zelina Vega and LA Knight qualified for the Money in the Bank. I want LA Knight to win the Money in the Bank, dude. He's doing a little bit of an Austin thing for me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is
Isn't that what Austin
thing?
says?
Is it? Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine? And that's what he started doing, middle of his run.
Mhm.
McMahon's out there. He's like, "You'll never work in this business again." Nah. And then he's like, He just becomes
Somebody's
all
gotta
sass.
Somebody's got to change the audio on those old clips. LA Knight winning would be a lot of fun. I wouldn't mind him in a feud. Well, Rollins is on Raw, right?
Rollins is on Raw.
See, I wouldn't mind LA Knight in a feud with Rollins. I feel like that would be like a really good feud.
Dude, imagine he beats Roman Reigns. Oh, man.
That would be cool.
The LA Knight era has begun.
He's putting the work in too. Like when he got there, like a lot of people were really sour on the name change.
What did they change his
listen,
name
man,
to? I forgot. What was it?
It was originally
Maxime
LA Knight,
Dupree.
man,
No, Maxime Dupree.
on NXT.
No, WWE. Remember? He came up.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Wasn't that
with
his
the-
name? Does anybody... MG,
No,
where
It
the
was
hell
Max.
are you? Max
I'm right
Dupree.
here. Max Dupree.
All right.
Yeah, then there was
I
Maxime Dupree.
totally spaced out on that. Sorry about that.
Yeah, and now they've moved. They've kept her name. Maxine kept her name. but
Oh,
she's
that's
now
right.
with
Yeah.
Otis. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But he looks great. He looks like $1 million. He's one of those guys that's putting the work in.
Yeah, man. Listen, you got one shot at this. You don't get multiple shots at this. NXT Bash at the Beach was announced for July 30th in Cedar Park, Texas. On this week's NXT, Braun Breaker challenged Seth Rollins to come to NXT and defend the World Championship against him.
All right.
Dude, I freaking love that. That's great.
Yeah,
That's
that is cool.
wonky. Yeah. AEW seamstress Sandra Gray has retired. She's credited for some of the most iconic wardrobes in the business. Ric Flair's retirement robe, all of Cody's recent gear, and a lot of outfits that was featured on Total Divas. She's been there since the 90s. I believe Sable discovered her.
Yes,
Very
that's
cool.
correct.
Is that correct? Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
My brain's
She was. And then Mark Merrill brought her in.
Yeah.
Got her hired to help do his stuff, and then it went from there.
Long career. And new photos have emerged of Samoa Joe playing Sweet Tooth in the upcoming Twisted Metal movie. He looks great.
He looks awesome. There's a cool promo out there on YouTube where he's fighting Anthony Mackie in like a casino.
And he's singing the thong song.
Uh,
So fantastic. All right, where do you want to go from here, Rich?
let's see. Do you want to go into the Raw highlights really quick?
A little bit, yeah.
All right, let's see. Apparently Vince was backstage this week and made some changes, but the show was well received. It wasn't a bad Raw. It was very palatable.
Yeah, it wasn't
Am I
terrible.
using that right?
Palatable. Yeah, palatable.
Gunther and Kevin Owens, great match. Gunther won after distraction, leading to a schoolboy roll-up. Becky and Zoe Stark qualified for Money in the Bank. Ronda and Shayna defended their titles against Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. And Rollins retained the heavyweight championship over Damian Priest, with Balor confronting Rollins after. So we saw a little bit of dissension between the Judgment Day, right? Just like
Yeah.
a little tease between Priest and Balor. I think that would be a great feud if you went full spooky with both of them.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm curious to see how they do this. I don't want them to break up, but I also think Damian Priest is a fantastic character on that show. And I like him more as a heel than a babyface. I don't want him to turn babyface. They need more heels on that show.
I think it's time for Balor to go babyface again.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's been too long. Like, I feel like when the Judgment Day first started, you got some good prime heel Balor, and now it's lost its luster a little bit. You got to turn him face. A face Balor versus a heel Damian Priest, that's money for me.
Excellent. AEW's first two matches for Forbidden Door are now official. Kenny Omega Will Ospreay 2 will be for the IWGP United States Championship. And Okada and Bryan Danielson, arguably two of the best wrestlers in the world at their peak times.
Good Lord.
And I have seen some of the other matches, and I can tell you that this is just the beginning of these blockbuster main event level matches on this card.
Well, the tease is CM Punk and Kenta, right?
I mean, that makes the most sense. And I said this last year. We were talking about this last year, dude, and we were like, who makes the most sense for him? It's not, Tanahashi, I understand why they wanted to do it, because I think both those guys kind of are intrigued with working with each other. They're the same generation. But
Yeah.
Kenta's the guy that invented the move that Punk made popular in this country.
And it kind of also ties into Punk and FTR versus Bullet Club Gold, have like another Bullet Club guy show up. Great, right?
Yeah, what if Kenta does a run-in?
That would be fantastic. Set
You
up that
know?
match. I'd love to see it. Like these two matches are bangers. If the whole show was Okada and Danielson and Omega and Ospreay, I'd be fine with that. 2-hour matches, great.
Let me see the card last year. All right, let's go over this. Last year, Forbidden Door 2002. Here we go. You had, let me go on the main card. Minoru Suzuki, and Les Sex Gods defeated Eddie Kingston, Shota Umino, and Wheeler Yuta. Okay? FTR defeated United Empire and Roppongi Vice. Pac defeated Clark Connors, Miro, and Malachi. Dudes with Attitudes. Sting, Darby, and Takagi defeated Bullet Club. El Phantasma, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson. Oh yeah, I forgot they came back to the Bullet Club for one night. Yeah. Thunder Rosa defeated Tony Storm. Will Ospreay with Aussie Open defeated Orange Cassidy. Claudio Castagnoli defeated Zack Sabre Jr. Jay White defeated Hangman Page. And John Moxley defeated Tanahashi. It's funny because you look at this, you're like, right?
And I still pop for this card.
Of course I did. But you look at it now, and you're like,
that was also Claudio's debut back into AEW.
That was his debut, yeah. But it is interesting how you look at this card. You're like, okay, well, this is interesting, but I think this year's going to be way better. I'm just saying, absolutely. Compared to what I've heard and seen, I expect this year's card to be way better.
Well, last year was also plagued by injuries. You had like guys who should have been on the card but couldn't make it because they were hurt. I think the Punk thing was like a big that threw a monkey wrench into it.
Where was Okada on this card?
He was in
the four-way match.
He was in which one?
The four-way. Jay White was the champion and for the IWGP.
Oh yes, title. Yeah, and it was Okada, Adam Cole, and Hangman Adam Page. Yeah,
and that's the match where Adam Cole got injured and was out until recently.
Yeah. Wow. Really? It was that long?
Yep.
No memory of that. Wow. Wow. There's a lot of this is exciting stuff. Now, what else do you want to see on this card? If you're going to speculate, like who's Tanahashi facing? If it's Kenta and Punk, which I think it should be.
MJF and Tanahashi.
Oh man. No, well, who's the champion? Shouldn't it be the champion?
You want Sonata? See, I feel like I'd be cold if it was Sonata versus MJF. Yeah, I think it should be like mix it up a little bit. Have Tanahashi challenge MJF for the belt, and then have Cole challenge Sonata for the belt.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Like now, with this Will Ospreay and Omega match, do you have the third one at Wembley?
That would be really cool. Does Kenny get that belt back?
In Wembley, I don't know.
You're assuming he's dropping it then? Because he's the champion.
Yeah.
Kenny's
No. He is a champion. Mm-hmm. So does he lose it to Ospreay and then win it back, or not win it back? He just puts him over. So it now Ospreay won in the series.
EMC 4K has a great point. Kenny takes the belt at Forbidden Door, and then when they do the Wembley show,
no, but he's a champion currently.
Ospreay is.
No, Kenny.
Oh, Kenny is, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Ospreay wins Ospreay wins in Wembley.
Okay. You could do something interesting there.
Yeah.
Some very cool stuff here. Alvarez said that Adam Cole and Britt Baker are at a Comic-Con event the day before Forbidden Door. I don't know who they're facing. I have no idea. All right. What else do we have here? Dynamite. Let's go down this, Rich.
Orange Cassidy defeated Swerve Strickland with Prince Nana to retain the AEW International title.
Awesome.
That was a good opener.
Great opener.
You know who I want to see in a feud with Swerve? Moxley. I feel like they would work so well together.
I believe his next feud is with Nick Wayne. That's the program this summer.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I'm hoping that kid does great here.
Blackpool Combat Club defeated Chaos, Chuck Taylor, Trent Beretta, and Rocky Romero. You know what I want the reveal to be for Wheeler Yuta?
What?
That Steve Blackman's his dad.
Oh, dude. Why does that make sense?
Right? It makes, think about it. It makes perfect sense.
Oh, yeah. 100%. No question about it.
I don't know if you guys know this. We're a big fan of dad reveals in wrestling.
Oh, we love dads in wrestling. Can we make this happen? Can I manifest this? Hold on. Where are my crystals?
We could. Oh, you got crystals? Are you starting?
Hold on. I got ceramic. I got ceramic artwork here. Hold on.
You got crystals. Are you making soap also?
I'm gonna pray on this. This is how I manifest things. You know how like RJ City and I are friends? This is what I did to become friends with RJ. I just take this ceramic bowl and I just rub my hands on them quite sensually like this. Listen.
But that's the bowl you popped out of, right?
This is how I was born. Yeah, I came out of this.
Guys, you heard it here first. Andrew's a genie.
You weren't born. You hatched.
Yeah. That's how I was made out of clay. He's a golem, a monster, made out of clay. Orange Cassidy defeated Swerve Strickland. I like this a lot, but I do. Yeah. Listen, Wheeler Yuta, the reveal being that Steve Blackman is his dad, and he's teaching him how to do all that shit, and Wheeler just can't do it. And his hoodlum friends, you know, the Blackpool Combat Club, are like, "What are you doing playing with sticks?"
They look so much alike that it's ridiculous.
That is the greatest reveal we could ever hope for. I'm into it. Will Washington, please make that happen. Listen, Will and I are good friends.
There you go.
Best of friends.
There you go.
This is my influence. I have tremendous influence on AEW now. I just give him all my. I just text him the most insane ideas, and he says that can never happen here.
Do it. Didn't you want Adam Cole showing up on a jetpack at one point?
Yeah, just like the Rocketeer. The Rocketeer, Adam Cole, baby. When he goes boom, it just blasts off. Love it.
Speaking of Adam Cole, we had the MJF Adam Cole confrontation. Good back and forth between these two guys. I think the promos are definitely going to sell this match for me.
Yeah, the promos were great. I thought it was interesting that they went so heavy on Adam Cole's physique.
Yes.
While Adam Cole said, "Let's go take a piss test and see who gets popped." You know.
Right.
Cool stuff, man. They look. I thought it was good, and I think this is a good program for both of them. I hope. You know, a lot of people are critical on Adam's size. Like, can I see their reasoning? Yeah, of course I can. But the guy was hurt. He was very banged up. He was not doing well, and now he's coming back. So what's funny? Hopefully he's okay.
I feel, to take a moment here, wrestling can be a very ego-driven business, like pro wrestling. And I think it's hysterical. And also, you need no ego to imagine if you're backstage, you don't have a writer, and you're like, all right, what are you going to talk about? I'm going to make fun of your body for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you got to be like, all right, cool.
All right, cool,
and then I'm going to make fun of your body for 5 minutes. All right, cool. I'm going to make fun of your life for 5 minutes. And then the other guy's like, gentleman's agreement, put your egos aside. And then you do it, and it makes compelling television, right?
Wild.
But then at the same token, a lot of these dudes are obsessed with how they look. So it's very interesting. There's like an interesting paradox there.
Yeah. Jack Perry and FTR champion Hook defeated Preston Vance and Jarlistico in a Texas Tornado match. Preston Vance got busted open. Like terribly. And who tripped on his blood? Was it Hook?
I think so.
He did like a banana split over it.
Yeah, Hook was covered in blood too. I thought he was bleeding at one point.
No, I think it was all Vance's blood all over him.
Yeah.
Right.
Tony Khan followed that with his announcement of the Collision main event. It's going to be Bullet Club Gold and Samoa Joe against CMFTR. All right, cool. Great. He's back.
I'm cool with that.
We are a week away, guys. 8 days away.
Nuts. Yeah.
So the next segment, Takeshita came out, defeated Damon Ace in a very one-sided match.
Yeah.
Don Callis comes out, cuts a promo at the end. The crowd is murdering him. The boos.
Nuclear
heat.
Nuclear heat.
Yeah, and it looks like it is going to be Kenny Omega Takeshita down the road. Maybe that's a Forbidden Door match, or maybe that's the match. No, well, that can't be. Maybe that's the match at All Out.
Yeah.
You know, you could do this. I don't. Maybe it's the match at All In. I don't know, but Kenny Omega, that's going to happen. I'm curious to see what happens here. This could be a great moment for Takeshita.
I'm wondering
think
if
so.
they're going to. I'm sorry, but I'm wondering if they're going to have Takeshita cost him the title at against Ospreay.
They could do that.
And
Yeah,
that
they
would
could
set
do
the
that.
program up. That would be logical, right?
That makes a lot of sense. Chris Statlander defeated Anna Jas to retain the TBS title. And in the main event, Jay White defeated Ricky Starks. The Gun Club came out to help the Bullet Club. Are they new members?
It makes sense, right?
Are they all clubs?
Gun Club, Bullet Club, they go hand in hand, right?
Yep. All right, Rampage. Let's see. The Lucha Bros and Bandito take on Ethan Page, Big Bill, and Lee Moriarty. Powerhouse Hobbs in action. The Acclaimed and Darby Ass? Daddy Ass. There you go. Wow, my eyes are bad. I want Darby Ass.
Here
to
I
be
thought
a
I
name.
did it. Here I thought it was me.
Darby Ass versus the Spanish announced project, Serpentico, Luther, and Angelico.
Pretty good.
Cool name. SAP? SAP?
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
Smart.
Dr. Britt Baker versus Sky Blue versus Mercedes Martinez versus Nyla Rose. Winner gets a chance at the AEW Women's title match next week. Dynamite next week. You want to go into this?
MJF versus Adam Cole in an AEW World Title Eliminator match. That should be a good match. Tony, I do feel like in another year, MJF will be top 3 wrestlers on that roster. Like, he just keeps getting better and better.
MJF is so good. Yeah.
Yeah. Tony Storm defends the AEW Women's title against the winner of the Rampage 4-way. Cool. I keep the belt on her for a while, at least until Jamie Hayter comes back.
Yeah.
Mogul Embassy, Swerve, Brian Cage, and the Gates of Agony take on Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin, Sting, and Keith Lee. Side note, how did you like that Zangief outfit that Brian Cage was wearing on Wednesday?
Oh, he's so good. It's so good.
It fits, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That should be fun. The Young Bucks and Hangman, the Hung Bucks take on John Moxley, Claudio, and Wheeler Yuta. That should be great. And we have Collision next weekend. Again, Punk and FTR versus Bullet Club Gold and Samoa Joe. I feel like that's going to be a bloody one.
Yeah, I hope it's great. Let's see. Some housekeeping here. Join Matt Ryan and friends for our UFC 289 watch along Saturday night, 9:45 p.m. this week on the Matt Men channel. It's a lot of fun. MG produces it, and Matt Ryan just yells at him for the entirety of that pay-per-view.
He yells in my ear. It's great.
Yeah. Do we want to do Q&As?
Hell
Do you
yeah.
want to mention this AAA card real quick, seeing as how there's a lot of AEW people on it?
Yeah, Rich, you want to do it?
Sure, yeah. Just announced for Triple Mania in Tijuana, 7/15, the day after my birthday. Tons of AEW stars on this. Pentagon Jr. and Laredo Kid versus QT Marshall and Taurus in a Lucha de Ambulancia match. I think the loser gets taken away in an ambulance. You have LA Park and Roosh versus Sam Adonis and Psycho Clown in the Guerra de Rivaldades tournament. Losing team will wrestle in a mask versus hair match. And you have Kenny Omega versus Hijo del Vikingo for the AAA Mega Championship. Cool.
Very cool.
I added that because the match that they had on Dynamite was amazing, so this ought to be just as good.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe
that's going to be
worth
fun.
watching for that.
Guys, we got a lot of time. Andrew, you want to do a half an hour of questions?
Yeah, let's do it. Or we
Guys,
can do, you know what? I could do 15 minutes of questions because then I'll get on the train.
Beautiful. All right. We're going to do 15 minutes of questions. Guys, if you want to super chat us, your question will be answered first. You ready?
Yep.
All right. Let's see here. This is from Tom Botchit or Bocci. Is Malachi Black to blame for the air quality in New York?
Yes. It's his fault. No, it's Joel Pearl's fault. Canadians.
MT, did you set this to appear on the screen?
Oh, sorry. Let me do it. My bad.
Wonderful.
I was doing 12 things at once.
It's okay. You were
I almost
enamored
dropped
with
the
the sounds
plate.
of our voices.
I almost dropped a plate spinning. Okay, now it should work.
Okay. Let's see here. This is from Domestic Butler. Would you like AJ Lee to turn up in AEW? If yes, how would you use her?
Yeah, I think they could use her in some capacity. I don't think team her up with Punk, but I think she was a great promo, and at the time, I mean, she really started a women's boom.
Yeah, she really did.
You know, we never really got to see her, dive into that career because Punk exited, and so did she, and she never came back after that. So, I'm intrigued by it.
And she's from
as
Jersey.
cool.
Yeah, she is from
Yes.
Jersey.
As cool as it would be if she showed up, like it's cool that she doesn't, like maybe
Yeah.
she can just like hang out and like do whatever she's got to do, and that's it. Not everybody has to be on TV.
Yeah, I got it.
Let's see. This is from Mike Hawksteiny. How cool would it be if we found out LA Knight is the nephew of The Rock and Austin?
Wow, that would be great.
That'd be hysterical. That's your new Austin impression.
Yeah.
If you ever meet Austin, I want you to do some kind of like between two ferns thing where you're like, hey, I do a great impression of you. And
Yeah.
you just go, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Hang on 1 second, guys. All right. This is from Cadillac Carson. What's up, man? Will Jay White be on the Forbidden Door since he lost the Loser Leaves Japan match?
Will Jay White be at Forbidden Door since he lost? Oh, that's a great question. I would imagine yes, but maybe on the AEW side because he's not in Japan. So maybe he faces off against somebody from New Japan.
What if it's a Bullet Club versus Bullet Club thing?
What if it's a Bullet Club versus Bullet
Cool.
Club thing? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Oh, this is a great one. This is a good one. All right, get your brain ready for this
Okay.
one, Drew.
All right.
This is from Bachelor 3000. Your dad reveals for Jay White, Keith Lee, Bailey, and Piper Nevin.
Oh man. Okay.
Keith Lee's easy. It's Kurt Angle.
Keith Lee's it's Kurt Angle for sure. Jay White's dad. Oh man. I'm gonna go with Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
I'm gonna go Dean Malenko.
Okay. Piper Niven's dad. You know what? I'm gonna go with Hulk Hogan.
I like that.
And Bailey's father is who should be Bailey's dad?
See, I'd go
huge.
Bailey's dad is Hacksaw for some reason in my head.
Bailey's dad is Hacksaw. Okay. It has to be wacky. Bailey's has to be really nutty.
Savio.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Savio Vega.
Santino
I'm
Morello.
into it.
Yeah.
I like Santino.
Yeah, I'm into it. Okay, Savio Vega. That's a good one.
This is from Quiz BX. What do you think the stage set should look like at All In?
I think they need to be impressive. Whatever they do has to be super impressive. They have to make it feel like a WrestleMania. They have to shoot it like it's important like a WrestleMania. I think they did something very unique with the first Arthur Ashe show. I thought that looked great. It felt like a different building. It felt like a big building and an important building, and they're gonna have to do the same thing here. So, staging is important, lighting is important, and shooting it is important. So, they're in a huge building. They've never done this before to this level. So it has to be a home run.
Oh, Bachelor 3000 had a follow-up with his question. He says Al Snow should be Jay White's dad and Tito Santana should be Bailey's dad. You know what? I like that.
So much better than what we suggested.
I do like Tito Santana as Bailey's dad. And low key, I'm Bailey's dad. Let's see what we got here. What color will the ropes be on Collision? That's from Koro Metariku.
Maybe it'll be the French ropes.
Purple.
Oh, or they could do red.
Yeah, red would be
Like
cool.
the old Nitro ropes. Yeah, do red.
This is from Autistic Weirdo. So every sponsorship a streamer has, Twitch now wants a percentage of that, which wasn't the case before.
I guess, but they're getting a bigger cut. I don't know so much about the Twitch deal, to be honest. I gotta look more into it. I have no idea what their rev split is or anything, but I know that there's a problem with Twitch. Oh yeah, this is with every streamer. Yes, it's not just WWE. This is every streamer. They want a piece of their ads. I know a lot of brands are like that. So what it'll end up doing is that YouTube will say, "Hey, we won't do this," and a lot of the people will go over to YouTube and start streaming there. I mean, this is how it always is, and Twitch will do a reverse course if it's a detriment to them.
Some are going over to Kick.com too, which
Kick.com.
is
Okay.
So
Got it. Thank you.
Oh, we got a good one here. You ready?
Yeah.
This is from Slang Young. Guys, I have ringside seats to Collision in Hamilton. What sign do you want me to hold up?
Dude.
oh
Keep
my
it. I
God.
want to keep it simple. Me personally, Mattman podcast rules, and then the one picture of Andrew's face and one picture of my face.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's
and
a good
just
one.
hold it up and go absolutely nuts. Or hold it up with, if you can make some kind of toaster
FTK?
attached to the top of it.
Yeah, just
How
something
about French
sweet.
Tony?
Something sweet with the
Something
Mattman
sweet.
podcast and Andrew Zarian and
Yeah.
Rich Stambolian. I would love that.
Yeah, that'd be
Slang
awesome.
Yang.
Or something really long.
Or something very long. You know, like a little love letter.
I
What if
love
we-
listening to Mattman podcast on YouTube, Twitch, and wherever streaming platforms are sold.
Yeah, I
What
love
if we just get him a big head of French Tony Khan to hold up?
There we go.
Tony's French. Oh, you know what? We could make that a thing. We could start doing
Yes.
French. You guys need to start bringing French Tony Khan head cutouts. Someone needs to, you know what? Make it and post it on the internet so people can start doing it. I think we need to make this into a thing. Just like how there's that orange. You know what Taylor loves watching? Botchamania.
Really?
My daughter loves Botchamania because she'll tell me, she's like, "Can you put on the guy that makes the Nintendo music wrestling videos?" I'm like,
Oh, that's hysterical.
Botchamania? Like, yeah. So we watch Botchamania together.
That's funny. Let's see. This is one from Alex Kirioglu. I always screw his name up. I'm sorry, Alex. Kalimera from Greece.
Kalimera, Alex.
Excited to visit London next month for Money in the Bank. Any news on if Lesnar and Edge will be there? Also, is this a test to see if they can maybe run WrestleMania in the UK?
I don't think they'll do WrestleMania in the UK. I would be surprised if they do. Maybe the one day they will, but the logistics of that and the press that goes around it, it's a lot. It's a ton, and a lot of the corporate sponsors that are involved locally. It's. I don't know if WrestleMania will go to the UK, but SummerSlam, Money in the Bank, shows like that, absolutely. I think this is going to be a good show. This London.
Well,
show.
if you look this year, their schedule, I don't know about the fall, but they might. The only United States shows are going to end up being the Big Four. All the rest of the shows are going to be outside the U.S.
What do you mean?
Which I found fascinating. So all the Big Four pay-per-views are all on U.S. soil.
Yeah.
Everything else so far has not been on U.S. soil outside those four.
So far this year, you're saying?
Yeah, so far this year. So Elimination Chamber was in Montreal, Puerto Rico.
No, where was Royal Rumble?
Royal Rumble was one of the Big Four. That was
that was in the
San
U.S.
Antonio.
Okay, and then they did Montreal, and then they did WrestleMania, and then they did Saudi,
Puerto Rico.
Then they did
Saudi
they did
and
Puerto Rico, then Puerto Rico. Okay, when Money in the Bank is in London, then SummerSlam is here, and then where's the next show?
They're supposed to do that Australia show in the fall. There's supposed to be a show in Australia, and then they're probably going back to Saudi Arabia in the fall as well. So I'm wondering if they're going to just those, and then Survivor Series will probably be somewhere in the States. And so yeah, interesting.
I never. Is that your thought, or you took that thought from somebody?
That's my thought. That's my thought that they're all. That's how it's going to come about. I know.
That is the clearest, most coherent thought I've ever heard you put together.
He's wasted his one thought for the month.
I know.
It's too early. It's too early in June.
Wow. Very impressed. Thank you.
I spent it.
Very impressed.
You spent it all. We got time for 2 more
They
questions.
should do a show
Go
in
ahead.
Greece.
That'd be great.
The Mad in Mykonos could be the name of the show.
Madness in Mykonos.
Yeah. Insanity in Chios could be another one.
What about Crackdown in Crete?
Crackdown in Crete? The Malacca Boys? That's a great tag team, by the way.
We got time for 2 more questions.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
This is a good one.
Okay.
What title should be showcased on AEW Collision? Please not another world title.
That's a great question. I think the world title will be on that show. Not every week, but I think you're going to have the world title on there because you've got to sell something. And the allure of CM Punk wrestling everybody is going to go away eventually. So you do need the title represented on there. I don't think they need another world title. The TNT title definitely should get front and center positioning there.
Yep.
But overall, you're going to need another belt on there to kind of push it. So I don't know their title positioning. I don't know what they're going to do there. But I do know that there's an updated AEW world title coming soon.
Right. I mean, you could also divvy it up where you could have the TBS title on Collision, the tag belts on Collision, and the Trios title on Dynamite, and the international title on Dynamite.
The TBS should stay on TBS, and the TNT should stay on TNT. I mean, make it make sense.
Yeah.
And then you could have the international title go back and forth, depending. You have the tag titles go back and forth, and then the world title go back and forth.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yep.
It also hinges on what was the whole deal, like if Punk may want to work with MJF again since he's the champ. It's weird.
He never lost the title. Punk's never lost the title ever. No, he did. He lost to Moxley, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
They announced House of Black exclusive to Collision in that first announcement, so I'm thinking the Trios title will be on Collision.
Or they take the trio title off of them. I do think the House of Black needs to get out of that title. They need to take that title off of them and move them to individuals. I think Brody King is cool with Punk. I think Malachi and Punk has always been one of the matches that they've wanted to get to.
Dream match, I think. Because
remember that promo that Punk put out about how all these people have copied him? And he's like, even the way I sit.
Yep.
I mean, that was Malachi. I mean, more than anything else. He's talking about crisscross applesauce. That's how we
we got one more, and it's a good one. This is a good one to end on. And this is a super chat from Big Ben's 97. You ready?
Yeah.
If WWE and New Japan hypothetically held a Forbidden Door show, what couple of matches would you most want to see?
I would want to see AJ Styles and well, a lot of these matches we've kind of seen, right? Who does Punk face?
No, this is WWE New Japan.
Oh, I'm so sorry. WWE New Japan. Oh man. Okay, Okada, it has to be Okada and Reigns.
Absolutely, that's number 1.
Cena Tanahashi.
Absolutely, that's number 2.
Usos and Aussie Open.
I would say Bloodline teams up with Bullet Club versus Sammy and
Chaos
and whatever, like Ishii or like whatever, like Chaos probably.
R-Truth, Toru Yano.
Awesome. That's great.
You got some good matches here. I
Who
think
does
it really
Sonata
comes.
wrestle? Sonata Seth Rollins.
Oh yeah, Sonata Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Who does Cody wrestle?
Ooh, that's a good one too. Cody Sonata.
Who does
Lesnar? Ishii.
Oh man, Lesnar and Ishii.
Or who does Naito wrestle?
Cody David Finlay. You could do Cody David Finlay.
There you go.
I like that. A lot of fun stuff.
Always fun to make those weird dream matches. But Roman Okada, man, listen. Whew. Just think about it.
You know what, though? You know what's amazing? Why can't they do it? If you think about it. Why can't that match happen?
Yeah.
Why can't they say, listen, guys, we have something really cool here. We've done this in the past. Hogan and Muta have wrestled.
Mm-hmm.
Let's fucking do it.
Listen,
they
WWE
won't.
does cool shit, but they don't do cool shit sometimes. You
Yep.
know,
Same time. The same time.
same
All
exact
right.
time. It's like that paradox. Cool.
All right, guys. That's it. We're done. Love each and every one of you. Oh, yeah,
That's it.
there he is. There's our emoji of him. All French. All right,
Beautiful.
Rich, anything you want to add?
I'm good, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back next week, and we're gonna have some news for you soon about like what we're gonna do. I should say.
Yes. We will have some news for you. And that's it for this week. Bye-bye for now.
Later. Wow. TTFN.
TTFN. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Are you headed?